nice to meet you. Yeah, so I'm gonna be teaching you some French. Okay, yeah, you got a trip planned to Paris and everything. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. When are you going? Okay, yeah, that's a good time to go. Sun starts to come out and everything. Right now, it's a bit, not the nicest weather at the moment. So is this your first time ever learning? Okay, you took it in. Okay, you took it in high school a little bit. Okay, well, I'm gonna walk you through some basics and stuff like that. Just the first lesson, so no need to be stressed or anything like that. We'll take it one step at a time. But yeah, French is not a particularly easy language to learn, but luckily it has the same letters and everything as English, as opposed to something like Chinese or Arabic or something. So that should make it a little easier for you. So we'll get started with some simple words and stuff, because some simple stuff you'll need to know when you're there. So I'm sure you've already heard of a few words in French. The first one that you would say when you go up to someone, you would say bonjour, 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 and that would be hello, hello, or good day. You would say that during the day. During the day, you would say bonjour, bonjour. And at night, or in the evening, you would say bonsoir, 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 bonsoir. So yeah, those are two phrases you could use. If you're walking around, I don't know, maybe you say hi to someone, say hi to the waiter in a restaurant or something like that, or maybe you're going into a bakery or something and you want to buy something. You would introduce, or you would say hi by saying bonjour or bonsoir if it's the morning or the day or the evening or night. If you are seeing someone that you already know, you're going to be seeing an old friend there, yeah, you mentioned. So for that person, you tend to say something like salut, 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 salut. And that's more of a informal hi. So that would be, you'd say that's like your friends or your family or something like that. When you're talking in a less formal setting, you could say. Okay, so those are kind of the basics of saying hello and stuff like that. And then for goodbye, we say au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir. And that means kind of like till we see again, almost. Something like that, And if you are saying goodbye to someone kind of more informally, you can also say salut, salut, salut. It means kind of hello and goodbye. Similar to ciao in Italian, I believe. French people use it as well, so you won't have to be worried about that if you accidentally say ciao and you're saying goodbye to someone. So those are kind of some basics. And then probably the next thing you want to learn how to say is what your name is, pretty simple thing. So if you're going up to someone in the street, or you wouldn't really do that, but like, I don't know, if you were like meeting someone for the first time, you would say like bonjour, je m'appelle, and then your name. So that's je m'appelle, je m'appelle, je m'appelle, je m'appelle, je m'appelle, je m'appelle, je m'appelle. And that basically means I call myself. So I call myself, and then your name. So you would say bonjour, je m'appelle, and then your name. Or bonsoir, je m'appelle. Or salut, say salut because if you're introducing yourself to someone for the first time, it's rare that it's going to be an informal setting. So yeah, je m'appelle. Yeah. So just feel free to write that down. Yeah. So that's J-E and then space M apostrophe. Yeah, you got the rest right. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you'd say bonjour, je m'appelle, or bonsoir, je m'appelle. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna be going to restaurants and stuff, so you're probably gonna need to know how to say like please and thank you and stuff like that. So obviously in English you just really have please and thank you. But in French we have, when you say please, it can be an informal or a formal thing. So for a formal thing you would say s'il vous plaît, 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 s'il vous plaît. That translates directly to if you please, but that means please essentially. And if you're in an informal situation, you just switch the middle word, the vous, you would switch to s'il te plaît, 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 s'il te plaît. And that is essentially kind of you would say that at the dinner table to like your family or your friends. S'il te plaît, 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 s'il te plaît. So that's how you say please. So you have s'il vous plaît and s'il te plaît. And then obviously for thank you, merci, 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 merci. You could add merci beaucoup on the end of it, which is thank you very much. Yeah, I'm sure you've already heard of merci. Yeah, it's a pretty common word that English people know in French. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's how I would go about that, you know. And then to say you're welcome, you would say de rien, de rien, de rien, de rien, de rien, de rien, de rien. That doesn't really translate to anything. That just translates to like from nothing, kind of. But it just means like you're welcome, don't worry, no worries, whatever. You know, you could say that like in an informal or a formal situation. Same with merci, but you'd have s'il vous plaît and s'il te plaît. So yeah, those are the kind of important things when you're asking please and thank you and you're welcome and things like that, kind of the formalities and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. So if you're okay, yeah. So if you're like if you're looking for somewhere, like you were saying, yeah, if you're looking for some place and you're asking someone, you would say like je cherche, which means I'm looking for, and then whatever you're looking for. So maybe you're looking to go to the Eiffel Tower and you're a bit lost. You can go up to someone with a map and you're saying je cherche la Tour Eiffel, which is I'm looking for the Eiffel Tower, and then hopefully they would tell you where it is. The French aren't always the nicest of people, but obviously I'm sure they would help you out. Plus, I think you'll be able to find the Eiffel Tower pretty easily, considering it's huge. But that could be if you're like je cherche, and then in the name of a restaurant, maybe or the name of a street, you just put anything after that, and then people know that you're looking for that. Also, if maybe you're going to a bakery, or if you're going to a restaurant and you want to say that you want something, you would say je veux, je veux, je veux, which means I want. Je veux, je veux, je veux, je veux. Obviously, there's like nicer ways to say it, but you just need the basics, because like obviously you're not going to learn all we're not gonna go through everything on day one right away. Yeah, exactly. So you have all that written down. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It should be fairly simple for you just because, like, a lot of people there already speak English and everything, but it is good to come with some French just in case you run into someone whose English is really bad. Obviously, I'm sure you already know oui and non, which means yes and no. Yeah, you already know that, obviously. Yeah. Just double checking, I have some students that are a bit, that just have no idea. So, if you accidentally bump into someone on the street, you can say pardon, 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 which means, like, sorry. Or you could say excusez-moi, which is more of like excuse me. So you could say that if you were like in a restaurant and you were like excusez-moi to the waiter, if you wanted to get the waiter's attention. So it's excusez-moi, 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 excusez-moi. So yeah, so something like pardon would more be if you accidentally bump into someone, maybe when you're walking. So yeah. Yeah. Honestly, you don't need to be worried or anything. Like, it's gonna be chill. I think obviously it's a little scary at first, just cause like, I figured, especially like when you're first learning like another language, like it can be a bit stressful and everything, but honestly, it's nothing to be worried about. Yeah, exactly. Another important thing, if someone's talking to you and you don't understand, is to tell them that you don't speak French, obviously. So you would say, je ne parle pas français. Je ne parle pas français. Je ne parle pas français. Yeah, so that's just essentially saying, like, I don't speak French. Yeah. Je ne parle pas français. Je ne parle pas français. Yeah, exactly. It might be useful, if someone's trying to describe something to you in French and obviously you don't understand. Maybe a good follow-up to je ne parle pas français would be parlez-vous anglais, which means do you speak English? So parler is obviously speak, because you use it in the last sentence for je ne parle pas français, which means I do not speak French. So parlez-vous anglais? Do you speak English? Parlez-vous anglais? Parlez-vous anglais? That could be an important one, especially if you potentially get lost or something. So yeah, that's important. I'm just trying to think, if you're receiving directions from someone, you might need to know if they're saying like it's to the left or to the right. If someone's saying it's to the left, they would say à gauche, c'est à gauche, à gauche, 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 and that means left. And droite, 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 droite is right. À droite. So yeah, those might be important if someone's giving you directions. Who knows what situation you're gonna find yourself in and everything, so you might as well just kind of like prepare for it, because why not? And yeah, if you want to say that something's good, and it's like food, you would say c'est bon, 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 c'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. So if a waiter comes over and asks you how the food was, you can just say like c'est bon, or très bon. That would be very good. Très bon, très bon, très bon, très bon, très bon. Yeah, so that might be necessary, if you're obviously you're gonna have some good food over there. French food is very good. You won't be disappointed. But yeah, that one's definitely important. Yeah. So next one, it's just to say I don't know. You would say je ne sais pas. So if someone asks you something and you don't know, you would say je ne sais pas. And if someone asks you something and you don't understand, you would say je ne comprends pas. 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 Yeah, so those might be useful. I'm trying to give you the words that you might need in not like emergency situations, but just some more difficult situations. Just because you don't know, if you're even using a map, sometimes stuff can get a bit confusing. Just, who knows? I'm just checking the syllabus really quick to make sure there's anything else you need to. Yeah, so you're just visiting a friend there, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, I was wondering if you were going on business there, because then obviously I'd have to teach you a few more formalities, but that's good. Also, if you're meeting anyone, if you're meeting like maybe the friends of your friend for the first time, you would say enchanté, enchanté, enchanté. Oh yeah, you know that one. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. So that's nice to meet you, enchanté. It's one word though, so yeah. And then if you wanted to ask them how they were doing, you would say comment ça va, or just ça va. You can probably just go with ça va, because it's going to be an informal discussion. Ça va, so that's C-A space V-A. Yeah. Ça va, ça va, ça va, ça va, ça va, ça va. Ça va, ça va, ça va, ça va. And I think I taught you how to say yes and no, but not maybe. Maybe is peut-être, 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 peut-être. And yeah, I think that's probably the main stuff you need to know for the trip. Obviously, this is just the first lesson and everything, so obviously let me know if you want a second lesson or anything like that. And I'll see you next time. See ya.